Today I am going to say few words about author R.K. Narayan. Sir R.K. Narayan were born on 10th October 1906 and they died on 13th May 2001. Full name was Rashipuram Krishnaswamy Iyer Narayana Swamy. Was an Indian writer who was born in Madras, now Chennai, Madras Presidency, British India. R.K. Narayan's destructive contribution to growth and development of English short story is well recognized both at the national and international level. The stories have enriched the Indian English literature. The background of imaginary old world town Malgudi lends a unique charm to this story.
Hello everyone, myself Amok from class 10, here with my group to explain about the topic A Tiger Comes to Town. The jungle is a natural home for most of the wild animals. Where can you find them? Yes, in a zoo or in a circus. Are you afraid of them when you are in a circus? No, you are not afraid because you know that they have been trained to listen to their master. A Tiger Comes to Town is a story about a runaway circus tiger. The story is told by the tiger, who is the central character of the story. Read the story to find out what happens. When I entered the market road, people ran for their lives at the sight of me. As I passed through, shutters were pulled down. The people hid themselves in drains, on trees, and behind the pillars. The population was melting out of sight. At the circus, I had no chance to study human beings. They sat in their seats peacefully while I cowered before the captain's whip. I got a totally wrong idea of human beings at that angle. I had thought that they were strong and fearless, but no, I found them running from me like a herd of a deer. Although I had no intention of attacking them, when I paused in front of a tailor shop, he abandoned his machine and shut himself in cupboard, wailing, "Alas, I am undone. Won't someone shoot that tiger?" A prisoner between two constables got his chance to escape when the constables fled, abandoning him with his handcuffs. I tore a house from its jutka and enjoyed the sight of a passenger spilling out of it and running off their lives. Sheer hopelessness seemed to have seized the townspeople. They withdrew into their homes, and even they remained nervous. All doors and windows everywhere were shut, bolted, and sealed. Some even thought that I was some extraordinary creature who might pass through the walls and lie in wait on the roof or in the basement. Why should an ordinary simple tiger have any interest in them, either to destroy or to safeguard? I rested for a moment at the door of the restaurant. The coffee drinkers and the tiffin eaters sat still at the tables, uttering low moans on seeing me. I wanted to assure them, "Don't fear, I am not out to trouble you. Eat your tiffin in peace. Don't mind me." You, nearest to me, hugging the cash box. You are covered, afraid even to breathe. Go on, count the cash, if that's what you want. I just want to watch, that's all. If my trail trails down to the street, if I am blocking your threshold, it is because I am 11 feet, tip to tail. I can't help it. I am not out to kill. I am too full. I found a green pasture full of food on my way. I don't need any food for several days to come. I won't attack until I feel hungry again. Tigers attack only when they feel hungry, unlike human beings who kill one another with purpose or hunger.
Hello everyone, I am Gaganesh from 10th A. I am representing the second part of story, that is A Tiger Comes to Town by R.K. Narayan on the behalf of our group Conquerors. To the delight of children, schools were being hurriedly closed. Children of all ages and sizes were running helter-skelter, screaming joyously, "No school, no school, tiger, tiger." They were shouting and laughing and even enjoyed being scared. I followed them through their school gate while they ran up and shut themselves in the school hall. I climbed up the steps of the school, saw an open door at the far end of a veranda, and walked in. It happened to be the headmaster's room. I noticed a very dignified man jumping on his table and having himself up into an attic. I walked in and flung myself on the cool floor, having a special liking for cool stone floors, with my head under the large desk. I was in no mood to bother about anything. All I wanted was a little moment of sleep. While I slept, I had been properly locked up and was being watched. After I woke up, I heard a teacher saying, "Now that this brute is safely locked up, we must decide." At this moment, my master pushed his way through the crowds and scolded, "Never use the words beast and brute. They are ugly words coined by his man in his arrogance. The human being thinks all other creatures are beasts." Awful word. Is this the time to discuss problems of vocabulary? Why not? Retorted my master, at which they looked extremely upset and angry. Someone said, "What a reckless man you are. Who are you? You are asking a profound question. I have no idea who I am. All my life I have been trying to find the answer. Are you sure you know Who You Are by R.K. Narayan. The central idea of the story, A Tiger Comes to Town by R.K. Narayan. The tiger in the story has been trained by his master to perform tricks before a large audience at a circus. His audience, comprising both children and adults, enjoys his performance and tricks and does not appear to be afraid of him. The tiger comes to believe that human beings are brave and strong, are not scared of animals. One day, finding his enclosure unguarded and open, the tiger walks out into the town for a walk. As he walks down the streets, he finds people around trying to find a hiding place at the sight of tiger. A tiger is confused to see the reactions because he is used to seeing thousands of people watch his shows every evening from a close distance. He cannot understand why they are so afraid to see him in the town, especially because he does not want to hurt them or attack them. Actually, the main theme of this story is the mindset of the tiger, how he sees the human in the circus and how he sees the human in the town. How he thinks about the people and their courageous or brave attitude. Thank you.
A Tiger Comes to Town is a story about a circus tiger that managed to escape unnoticed from his cage one day and went strolling down in the streets of the town. He was accustomed to giving performances in a circus where the audience showed no sign of fear. This made him think that all men were strong and fearless. As he walked down the street, he realized how wrong he was. Men behaved totally differently. Their behavior was both surprising and amusing as they ran for their lives on seeing him. He wondered why they were scared of him when he did not mean to harm them. Feeling tired after a long day's stroll, he looked for a place to lie down and rest. He entered a school where the children got excited, but their teachers sent them into a big hall for safety. The tiger entered the headmaster's room and finding it cool, and then he went off to sleep. The terrified headmaster jumped to the loft for safety. Meanwhile, the teachers locked up the room from outside till they found a safer method to pull out the tiger. When the tiger woke up, he heard his master arguing with the teachers, who were not letting him in, and also but their use of the term brute for the tiger, which he thought was an unkind word. Now I will hand over the work to Nimit.
When the tiger woke up, he heard teachers and other officials taking outside the room. His masters were pleading with them to allow him to enter the room in order to take the tiger out, but they refused. They felt that by going unarmed he would be risking his life. All his efforts to convince them that nothing would happen to him failed. Finally, after a lot of persuasion, the magistrate, who was also the chairman of the tiger committee, said that he would allow him on a condition that he would give an affidavit stating that he was doing so at his own risk and that no one was to blame if anything went wrong. Irritated by all these views, the master agreed to do so. The master deliberately wrote the affidavit in Sanskrit. He knew that neither the magistrate nor the teachers knew Sanskrit. This was his own way of making them realize how limited their learning and understanding was. Since Sanskrit is an officially recognized language, the magistrate had no choice but to accept it. The story is told in first person where the tiger, who is the central character, narrates his experiences in his own words as though he were a talking and feeling tiger. The story is narrated from the tiger's point of view. The author has put words in his mouth as though he were a talking and feeling character, and therefore it is written in first person.